Good morning, coffee and drive time football. There it is, the original box, I should say demo box that John sent me way back before he had released it and changed his logo and everything. I play my 1982 custom set. The Dolphins coached by Jeff and Chicago coached by Eric. Chicago is 1-1, having won a game in a defensive domination, if I could speak this morning. Defensive domination of, where are they at? Of the New England Patriots 13-3 victory. However, although we're up 14-3 on his older brother's Washington Redskins, Washington managed to come back and win that game. So Chicago's 1-1. We're in Soldier Field. And, of course, we're going to be looking at David Woodley at quarterback for the 82 Dolphins. Andre Franklin is the fullback. Nathan is the halfback. Rose, Harris, and Hardy caught touchdown receptions. Von Schaman, place kicker. Bo Camper and Dewey and McNeil are the key defensive players. And again, this is not their entire roster. These would be the players that would show up most likely in the box score. McMahon, Peyton, and Suey, of course, are our key offensive back. Moorhead, Marjoram, and Baschnagel caught touchdowns for this team. Thomas is the place kicker, and of course Hampton, Singletary, Otis Wilson, Schmidt are the defensive guys that'll probably show up if there's an interception or something. Okay, the Dolphins are capable of a punt return sometime during the game. Decent ability here, but Chicago cannot get a punt or kick return. The Dolphins get to choose. They're going to choose heads. And heads it is, as Jeff's Dolphins will choose to take the ball. They're going to want to score early and often. That means the Bears will be second, right? Remember, we check for their third possessions, or I should say fifth and sixth possessions, but we check to see if they get those in per quarter. All right, the Dolphins get the ball first, no kick return, so out to a normal 22-yard line, and they go to work. It's going to be the defense of the Bears for punt. So the Dolphins forced a punt under the command of David Woodley. Chicago takes the ball in control. It's going to be their defense in control of this possession. And we're going to be looking at a punt as well. Wow, Chicago's played good defense most of the year. They had a rough second half against his brother's Washington Redskins team. Okay, so Miami facing that defense again with an 8. It's going to be red zone. So Miami into the red zone. And here we go. We're checking that red zone defense for the Bears against the Dolphins. 8 is going to be a missed field goal. You got to be kidding me. Von Schaman with a missed field goal. That is sad. Von Schaman, though, had a horrific season, and he was not good. So that's kind of fitting. All right, let's see if the Bears get their, or the Dolphins, excuse me. Whoops, that should have been the Bears. I wrote it in the wrong spot. Von Schaman. I guess I better drink my coffee, kind of wake up here. Whoops, I just wrote it one line too many. Okay, the Bears take possession after Von Schaman missed field goal. It's going to be the defense again, 9. Picked off the Miami Dolphins. McMahon, who had a rough day last week, intercepted by, of course, we're going to say McNeil, Don McNeil. And the interception return is possible. 2 or 3 takes it to the house. No, but they have the ball. Do the Dolphins get their extra drive? They do. Here we go. The Dolphins take it on the short field. It's going to be the defense again, forced to punt. So right now, Chicago playing a fantastic game of football. They do get their extra drive. It's going to be defense again, punt. My gosh. And folks, we have it knotted up after one quarter. Dolphins 0. Chicago Bears at Soldier Field 0. Eric Hewlin coaching a masterful defense. And Jeff's Dolphins can't find points. So right now, things bode well for Chicago under these situations. The Dolphins in 82 were 7-2 in reality. The Bears were 3-6. So let's watch and see what happens. Here we go. Miami has the ball to start the second quarter. Miami 3. It's going to be picked off. Uh-oh. So Woodley drops back, looks, pats the ball. It's a no-no. That signals them they're about to pass. Woodley pitches it up, and Schmidt snatches it out of the air for Chicago, and they can take it back to the house on a 3. But they do not. But the Chicago Bear fans on their feet as Chicago takes the ball at midfield. But the big bad defense picks it off right back. McMahon gets gutsy, calls a play-action rollout, is taking a shot deep down the field to Marjoram, and it's going to be intercepted. This one, of course, by, I'm trying to think of the other big guy, Blackwood, one of the Blackwoods. Lyle and, I can't remember the other Blackwood. Lyle and Lonnie, maybe? So the Dolphins pick it off with a good chance to take it back to the house. No, they do not. But the Dolphins now have the ball. After back-to-back interceptions, the defense 8, red zone. Miami marches down the field into the red zone. Otis, Singletary, Hampton, Wilson, etc., all doing the best to keep them out, too. It's going to be a field goal. So Von Shaman gets a second chance. This time he puts it up. And the Bears get the kick out to about the 26-yard line, and they go to work. It's going to be the offense, 9, punt. Do the Dolphins get their drive? The Dolphins do not. Chicago automatically gets their extra drive. Do they run out of time? They do not. So Chicago's going to get based technically on the box score, back-to-back drives. Defense 11 is turnover on down, so they go for it in no man's land when they could have maybe taken a long field goal attempt. And they don't kick the field goal with the shots to tie the game at halftime. Folks, it's Dolphins 3, Chicago 0, in another Chicago defensive battle. We saw Woodley open up the second with an interception. McMahon then turned right around, going for it all right after the pick. He throws his own. Dolphins moved the ball down into the red zone. Von Shaman makes the kick. Chicago, in back-to-back possessions, they get a punt. The Dolphins give it back. And then a turnover on downs in the final moments when they decide to go for it instead of kicking a long field goal. And we're going to come out of the tunnel in Soldier Field, the fans on their feet, as Chicago starts the second half. It's going to be 12. It's going to be a chance at a safety, folks. The Dolphins, Bo Camper chasing McMahon, but can't get him. McMahon throws it away. They're going to have to punt. So the Dolphins threatening McMahon. They're chasing him from the end zone. He throws it away. The Dolphins take over on a short field, but all defense. 2 is a fumble. Pow! Woodley hammered by Hampton. Woodley, we're going to get a fumble, and I'm going to put here in parentheses, Hampton makes the big strip sack. Ball is free. They scoop it up. They cannot take it back to the house. And the Chicago Bear defense by Eric Hewlin, so well coached right now. It's going to be offense 6. Red zone, on top of that, Eric gets to work with Walter Payton, so you got to keep the ball out of the hands of McMahon here. Walter Payton and company down inside the red zone. Can Chicago score 6? It's a touchdown run for Payton, of course. Payton gets the pitch out, and Pony steps into the end zone. Automatic PAT by Thomas. And folks, the fans roar as the Dolphins have been battered and bruised, having scored only 3 points, and the Bears finally give it to their Hall of Fame, one of the top 3 greatest running backs in history, Walter Payton. There is no doubt, and he pony steps around the end, into the end zone, past A.J. Dewey. The Dolphins return the kick out. It's going to be defense 9. They're going to be forced to punt. Oh, my gosh. And do the Bears get their next possession? They do. Chicago in the third, commanding the game late with a 4-point lead. Chicago goes to work. It's going to be the defense 4. It's going to be a punt. Do the Dolphins have time? Do they get their extra drive? They do. The Dolphins go to work on the final drive. They need to do something to take the lead here. They need a touchdown. It's going to be 6. They're into the red zone. So David Woodley goes to work, completing passes to Nathan and Rose and Duriel Harris, Hardy. They're in the red zone. Can they score? 7 is field goal. Von Shaman. The Dolphins having one hell of a time getting past this defense in the red zone. But it's going to be, folks, after the third quarter. Chicago 7, Miami 2 field goals, 6. The Bears go into the fourth quarter with a 1-point lead. Chicago fans on their feet. The Bears go to work. It's going to be offense. 9 is a punt. This is where Miami's going to take that punt return. A 2 or a 3. Duriel Harris or some who would it have been? I can't remember now. We'll take it back to the house. He was darn good. I can't remember who it is. He returned one in the Super Bowl in '82. What the heck's his name? No punt return today. Miami, though, playing good ball. They're only down by 1. Von Schaman missed a kick. It would be 9-7 if Von Schaman had not missed that kick. Miami goes to work, and 4. They're going to get picked off. So David Woodley drops back, pats the ball, decides to go away from Duriel Harris and spins it into the flat to Nathan. And Otis Wilson snatches this ball out of the air. And he's off to the races, and he's tripped up. He will not score. Chicago fans beside themselves as they have got Miami pinned down. Chicago goes to work. They will settle for a punt at midfield. Miami Dolphins go to work. They cannot return another punt attempt. It's going to be the defense 7. It's going to be a forced punt. Miami in deep trouble. Chicago automatically gets their final drive, but does time run out? It does not. Chicago with a chance to extend their lead and make it double hard on Miami. No, it's going to be the defense of Miami. Picked off. McMahon's 3rd interception today. McMahon struggling to find Moorhead. It's picked off by A.J. Dewey. And A.J. Dewey takes off with a ball underarm. And no, he'll get hammered immediately. The Dolphins, do they get their extra drive? They do. No, they do not. They do not. Time runs out. Dewey, that was a chance for Dewey to set him up for a chip shot, but the gun sounds. Dewey takes too much time trying to drag tacklers down the field. My God, game comes to an end. Can you believe it? The Dolphins are going to lose a second game. Wow, it's going to be 6-7. Are you kidding me? The Dolphins fall to 0-2. Chicago climbs to 2-1 under the tutelage of Eric Hewlin, getting the most out of Walter Payton in the 3rd quarter in the red zone, wised up, took the ball out of McMahon's hands, and they get the job done. And that's a good thing because McMahon threw 3 interceptions in this game, as did David Woodley. Not to mention Woodley was strip-sacked, fumbled. Woodley was responsible for 4 turnovers in this game. And Don Shula having a long conversation on the plane flight home with his owner about drafting a young quarterback in the upcoming draft, debating on options. Don Shula may be already musing about that kid from Pittsburgh, Dan Marino. Really like that kid. We got to do something. We're not getting anywhere. The Chicago Bears are a surprising 2-1, and Miami is a shocking 0-2. Holy cow. Thanks for watching. This has been Drive Time Football.